Good morning, America. Good morning, North Carolina. Hope you're doing good today. So let's just get right to the point. I'm going to just call this morning talk. Let's get right to the point. So, wasn't so long ago you heard defund the police, defund the police, defund the police, and then you heard all about the ambushes and the killing of police officers. Last year, 512 died by different things along the way. And let me tell you something, that defund the police movement really had an effect on law enforcement. But now all of a sudden the polls are changing, and it's amazing how those very individuals spoke about defund, and even one who sits in the White House, he says he never said defund. Well, you maybe not, but semantics is. He said redirect the funds. Remember, redirect. What does that mean? If you're going to redirect the funds, that means you're going to take the funds away and send it somewhere else other than the police. So you can sit there and play the semantics game and to play the words, but folks, those folks on the left, they've had a war on police for a long time, and it's an ongoing saga. It's not just started. It's been over the years and years and years. It's just been a very quiet war up until probably, I'd say 2000, probably started in 2012, but I saw it coming then. But the bottom line is there is a war on police. Now, I put it out there on my website, and I did a write-up on it, and this was back probably in 2014 maybe, somewhere around there. And I did write up about the war on police and how it does exist. So I'm not a Johnny-come-lately. I started talking long before it came to a serious fruition. Think about this, folks. We have got issues in this country, and those issues are really sad when we don't protect our law enforcement officers. And now we got officers having to leave the profession because they make a choice, or firemen who make a choice, or city or county officials, employees to be exact, that are making a choice. And that choice is theirs to make, and they're going to lose their job over it, or have lost their job over it, which makes absolutely no sense. Things don't need to be political, but they tend to be, and people love to get the children involved in it. Anybody else they can if they think they can hurt somebody else. And that's unfortunate, because I don't think it's ever been in our Constitution to intentionally, willfully, wantingly, knowingly to hurt someone's family because you have a political difference. That's never been the idea of the Constitution. It's never been the concept. Now, you put human error and human thought process in there, and it turns that way. You end up choosing sides. But those sides should not affect the everyday family welfare, well-being. It shouldn't, but it does, because people turn it that way. That's unfortunate. But the bottom line is, the war on police hurts everybody. It just doesn't hurt the police. It hurts everybody. And just remember, every time a law enforcement officer is killed across this country, basically what happens is there's 3 days to mourn. Everybody circles the family and talks about they're going to be there. And then after about 3, maybe 4 days, everybody disappears. The crews that showed up, the film, the media, they disappear. The politicians clearly disappear, because there's no advantage of them for them to do any follow-up to make sure the families are okay. They're on to the next whatever they can find to manipulate the situation. That's just politics, folks. It sucks, but it is what it is. And these politicians today, so many of them sitting in the incumbent offices, not all, but a lot of them sit around and they get rich. They become the fat cats. They got husbands or anybody that goes out and decides that they're going to invest in the stock market. Of course, they get that upfront tips on where to invest, which is illegal, but they get them. But they're not going to go after politicians like they would somebody like you or I. No, they're not going to do that. Why? Because they're not you or I. Those politicians in there doing that kind of stuff, they are for themselves. And that's just the way life is. And those are the ones that are out there wholeheartedly supporting the defund the police movement. So folks, when you see all these folks out there on television or politicking and everything, you got to ask yourself, what does that person really stand for? And then make it count when you go vote. Find out who they are, find out what they stand for, and find out what their constituents think about them. And I'm talking about the ones out here where you and I are, where the pavement and the rubber meets the road. That's who you talk to about these people. They'll tell you what you got going on. All right, folks, have a great day. Always be real. Always be ready. Always be safe. Always, and I'm going to say it a little bit different because I want to reiterate this. No matter what, always be ready, because you never know when the wolf is knocking at your door. That's right.